But what impact is it having on your business?
Oh gosh, immense impact from, we provide weekly and daily reporting to customers. That's an amazing impact. The ability to make sure that, we're obviously monitoring companies when we're supposed to be doing it, how they want us to do it, being able to create scopes of work that are easier to parse through than like a Word document, which is how we used to do it before. And then even from the inception of a deal, as we originate an opportunity, the ability to have a way to gather that information more efficiently because we have templates that are already built within the system. So now it's a matter of going in, putting in some baseline information, based on an exploratory call we did at the beginning. Clicking a button and it sends off user login credentials to the customer. They can see everything that we've already kind of put in originally, and then they just have to fill in the blanks. We built templates that it literally just walks them through that path to create a great user experience. And then when they submit that in, our team goes to work on our side, putting in all the technical information and then assign it to a station. So like I said, it really does tie in all of us together along with the customer, but allows us to have a really professional look to the outside world as well. When they're onboarding and what that experience looks like for them. I know that what we do and how we do it is already different, but now having Vic behind it, which is what we call it, really does provide a really cool user experience for the onboarding process. And, that's the thing, right? We're just trying to remove any friction you possibly can for a customer that is doing business with you. And because of what the service that we provide is relatively unique, to be able to walk them through that efficiently is critical. And it gains trust right from the beginning.
Yeah, right. So it's help you do things like more efficiently on the one hand, but it's also like enhancing customer satisfaction, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And in terms of like operational costs, is it helping you lower them a little bit?
Yeah, and yeah, absolutely. From the standpoint of we're not having to add headcount because we're growing exponentially as a company, which is fantastic. And what Vic is allowing us to do is to keep our headcount at the same, but being able to turn some resources, internal resources, towards other projects in conjunction with what they've done before, because we find efficiencies through the application. So yeah, I think we're growing with it every single day, right? Every day, matter of fact, we're meeting again today, and we meet with your team a couple times a week, even if it's just for a few minutes, to kind of discuss any challenges we may be having. But more importantly, now that we're getting through a lot of like the buggy stuff, is learning new ways that we can get it to work for us and have an impact on our business and find efficiencies again. So it is, people and property are your two biggest capital expenses, in a business. So the more you can do to keep that tamped down and controlled, the better off you're going to be. And we think that, I'm a big fan of automation and process. And I think that, Vic falls so nicely into our process.
That's great to hear. Great to hear. So lastly, just how has your experience been with Geekverse? Just if you can walk us through it.
Yeah, so it's, as with anything, this has been an extremely complex platform. I think maybe more complex than originally anticipated. For the most part, the process has been good. We've definitely had some bumps in the road. There's no doubt about it. But the one thing that I'll always say that, with Marcos and Brandon and the team, that regardless of how frustrated I might be at certain moments, Geekbears has never been someone to shy away from a tough conversation, to listen to me maybe gripe a little bit about, where we are or the speed in which we're moving. They're always willing to take those tough calls, stand up to the challenge, make adjustments where needed. And so they've been fantastic that way. But right from the beginning, I felt like I was so excited because I think even like back forever ago with Miguel, who's unfortunately no longer with the company, I think he took another opportunity, which is awesome for him, but great guy. But working through the wireframes and then creating those high res, going from the mock-ups to like high res mock-ups, and then starting into the build. And then, right in, that's probably the hardest thing too, is you're getting through that. And then, of course, when you're building a complex platform like this, you can't think through everything, right? So as you're doing it, you're having to kind of pivot and just be prepared for that you're going to have to pivot in moments to say, oh gosh, that's not exactly how I needed that to hit, or, oh my gosh, we forgot to add this. So there's a lot of that goes on in that time. And of course, as a business owner, your patience is you always want things done yesterday, right? Yeah. So you just want, because I just knew the impact it was going to have. for our company. So, but then, like I said, now what's the cool place where we're at right now is that we're able to launch the platform, get through the bugs, find the holes that we didn't think through as well. And we're been working through that stuff at the same time, adding in, continue to add cool functionality, that we're finding. And so now I feel like we're really on a kind of a nice path where there's a lot of blue water in front of us, that it's just about how can we make this thing cooler and cooler, and how can we make it continue to work for us. So lots of stuff to continue to be done, but I think the platform's at a pretty good spot right now.
Awesome. Glad to hear. Well, thanks a lot, Rich. That would be it. And hopefully, yeah, there's a lot of blue water just ahead, and Vic can keep helping your business.
We appreciate that. So